Hello again, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. And yesterday, I made a dragon using this tool, which is just an oval. I don't know how well you can see that. And it's attached by clear duct tape to half of a skewer. I'm going to zoom out again. This is my template, or could be, for my paddles or hose or whatever, my swipe tools, basically. Let's see if I can't make sure that that stays in focus. Now use a few things. I already mentioned the duct tape and the skewers. I also made a little rake. Not that I'm going to make one of those today, because I haven't found it that handy. Here's my clear duct tape. It's transparent. I think it's waterproof. I'm pretty sure I dump these tools into my water bucket all the time. Here are my, Here are my half tools with larger skewers. Here's my smaller one with a less hefty skewer. I like, instead of larger round things, I like the smaller one so I can twiddle in my fingers. This is one that I've scored with the scissors. Just breaks like that. This is one unscored. I'm going to show you. Pick the middle. Measure if you have to. Just rotate your scissors right around. Doesn't have to be all the way through. You might even be able to snap it, and then it just snaps. Just breaks like that. So this one's my favorite. I don't know why. And then I cleaned it. You got to keep them clean. You got to keep a little jar of water or something to keep them clean, because otherwise once they get tags on the edges, they're not as useful. But they're not that hard to make. So we're going to make a few as quickly as possible. Now I used a permanent marker, and I used some of this. This is one of the 16 by 20 sheets of acetate that comes in the front panel. Comes as a protective panel on the front of a 16 by 20 inch package of Artist Loft canvases. It's not going back where it belongs. And I'm going to get that tool out of the way. This is another one. I think I just showed you that. That's a favorite. And I want to make one a lot like that. I have one made out of that acetate that's round. And it's just really easy, especially with a template or with a drawing. Cut your edges. Don't leave any little points. This tab at the back, which I call a ferrule, is imperative. I'm going to grab a larger stick, and I'm going to bend that in a 45-degree angle. Make sure that the skewer doesn't have any filaments keeping it from performing. Take a piece of my clear duct tape, put it right at one end. Actually, I'm going to put I'm going to put that tab right with very little attaching it, just one little tab. That way it leaves me the rest of that duct tape to roll right around my tool, attaching very thoroughly. Of course it couldn't be working easily this time, to the skewer. So I'm finding that I like to have this skewer so that it has some pressure, it can add some pressure to the drag thing. If I notice any little drag tags, I'm going to cut them off. So there's one down. Now this is the alternative. This is from the dollar store. This is much heavier plastic. And this one I like to score. And I'm going to remember that I want a thinner ferrule. The thinner the ferrule, the more easily it is attached. And that duct tape does not let go. Now I have those points and I want to get rid of them, because they'll dig right in. It doesn't even matter if it's a lopsided circle. It It just matters that there are no points on it. So for this one, I'm going to take my scissors. I would. I'm going to take my scissors. You can take any sharp tool. You might even want to use a straight edge. And just make sure you score across. I've tried to cut both that thinner acetate and this heavier acetate that you can get at the dollar store. See, once you have a nice clean score line, then you have a nice clean bend. I haven't made a tool like this yet, but I'm about to. Now in this case, I'm going to make sure that's off again. I could probably use the scissors just to clean off that little tiny nub. These are great swipe tools, and they're really, really super good for fixing the edges of canvases too. So as in the last time, I'm going to line up that ferrule. I still have it crooked. I need it to be straight. The straighter it is, the better off you'll be when you try and wind the tape around. Now I can put that skewer right down on the tape and then roll it. This one's, oh, you know what? That's a perfect example of what not to do. So here's the deal. The tape is in the right place, but the skewer wasn't. So now I'm going to do it again, and making sure that the skewer holds up that, and you can put some pressure on that bottom surface area, that plate. Maybe not quite enough tape, but it's a delicate balance to find out how much tape you need. Want to make sure that that's in place before pulling this tight. There we go. If I've got, like I said, if I've got any little tabs, take them away. I'm going to try and use my black canvas there. I have one more that I want to make, and it's a small one. I'll do the rest of these after you guys are gone. I want a variety, so I'm going to grab the ferrule and just, I just blew one away, and tip it up, grab my duct tape, line it up right at the bottom. It doesn't want to interfere. I'm going to use a skinny one of those right now. I roll it over onto the tape, tuck the tape down, making sure that my bottom paddle area is going to be flat. It might take you a couple tries. I made more than one prototype before this was done. So now I have a nice little drag tool. I've got several, in fact, but I think I just dropped one. There's the round one. So there are 3. I'll be back in a minute or less. Here's what my turntable looks like generally. Here's another tile. Bring back my canvas. Keep my tools handy. Take some white metallic from Anita's. There's not a lot left. Let's get rid of those wood chips. I'm just going to take the amethyst metallic from Artist Loft, a turquoise flash from Folk Art, and the hot orchid. Maybe some gold. Maybe some orange and some gold. Maybe some, I'm not sure what comes next. We'll see. Let's go ahead and grab some orange. And last but not least, some gold. There's probably more paint on here than I need. I did make a dragon yesterday using the tool that looks like this one. I am going to grab as quickly as I can a little dish, put some of my Amsterdam black with pre-stained wood conditioner from Minwax in it, so I have a dipping tool. Let's use the little one first. You can see all the nice black cells. I'm going to wipe that off. Looks like I needed to bend it in a slightly better right angle. But you can see how it's working. Just wiping things right off on my Lullaby silicone mat. That way I have them to use later. I'm trying to adjust for the angle is not quite right on the tool. So make sure you get that 45-degree angle. I'm going to leave that one. Grab the big one. And wipe it off, which it's almost wiped off already. This is one that looks like an octopus. Somebody said something looked like an octopus recently, and I understand. There will be residuals, and you can use them. And like I said, these are great tools to just touch up over the edges. Let's use the last one, which has been a favorite of mine. If it's anything like the one I was using. Whoa, oh my goodness. Okay, so now we know my head is in the way. Let's do that again. Because hopefully it wasn't for most of the rest. Try and force myself to stand back a little bit. So you won't need all three of these tools, but it's nice to have them all. I put the duct tape, the skewers, and the skewers on my Amazon link. My Amazon link is below the link tree. The link tree is under the video. It's the first blue link under Show More. I kind of like the areas that I've left behind just as much as I like the cells. So I'm going to play with leaving some lines, which is fine. Sorry about my head then. It happens. I wish I'd made the small pointy one because I really want to play with that one. That's next. You'll see it in the video. There's plenty of videos where I've used these tools. And if you don't get a right angle and you get a little bent like this, either just make a new tool. Yeah, I'll just use it like it is and live with it. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, realizing that I did not change the focus on my camera, but I'm going to zoom in now. So the Amsterdam black with pre-stained wood conditioner, and it works really nicely to make cells. And I hope you can see those pretty cells. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for all the donations that help keep me painting all this time. If you can afford to help the studio produce videos by making a donation through PayPal and Patreon, you'll be automatically entered in the monthly drawing, and you can see the drawing prizes included at the beginning of the exhibition video that I change out every single month. That's on the end screen of every video in the last 20 seconds. My Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter links are all on the link tree, along with Facebook group Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group and a couple others where you can shop or check out the edited versions of YouTube videos. My email address is under Show More, along with my paint pouring recipe and my cell activator recipe. If you're looking for wonderful clothing, look for Le Gallerist on the link tree. The top link has beautiful clothing made in Montreal with some select designs. Less expensive and a broader variety are Teespring clothing below the video. And, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. In any case, you'll figure it out. You've probably heard it a million times anyway. I do give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. If you use my email address, you may inquire after an artwork if you have the hashtag and the file number from the title. If you like what I do, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you watch my videos longer, it's a big help. When you share them, it's helpful. Your comments keep my morale boosted. Thank you so much for all that. And look for my 2 books on the Amazon link, or if you shop there, it's at no added cost to you, and it helps me buy art supplies and keep making videos for you. And you inspire the heck out of me. But if you need more inspiration, I have over 19 lists of 100 each videos and playlists by topic and genre that you can find on my YouTube channel banner. And the 2 books I have are called Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities. And that Amazon link is chock full of really cool and interesting things. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask me. If there's anything I forgot and you watch another video, they happen 7 days a week and on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night also at 10 p.m. So there's like 10 videos a week. All right, I love you guys. Bye for now. Priscilla out. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you anon.